Hello, I'm Will.
And I'm Jamie. Welcome back or welcome to our channel, Blueberry Biscuits.
So this is going to be short and sweet. Go.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a pretty sensitive subject and we're going to try to do it really fast. So just forgive me if I have like
jumbled words.
Yeah, or I'm not saying things quite correctly. But today we're going to be talking about basically learning to keep your opinions to yourself. I know people have learned if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Mm-hmm. I know you've been told that at some point in your life. And there are people that are just like, well, that's just how I am.
I just think people need to know I can't keep it in.
If I have an opinion, I'm going to have to say something. Well, you shouldn't, because you're doing no service. You're doing no good. Yeah. You are either going to create an issue between you and the person you're telling your opinions, or the person who you're telling your opinions to with someone else.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is. So we're going to talk about like in-laws. We are an inside family. That's what I'm going to call it. And then our in-laws and everybody else is the outside family. So me, him, and our kids, we're the inside family, the family that we chose. My sister, brother, his mother, father, sisters, and all that kind of stuff are the outside family. Okay? So if, say, my brother comes up to me, I'm just going to tell you in an example. This is not what happened, but we kind of hash it out, hopefully. But I still think it needs to be said so people kind of get an idea or maybe learn something from this video. So I'm going to create an idea. So say my brother doesn't like Will.
No.
He just doesn't like him. That's his opinion of him, and that's fine. But if it's because he doesn't... If he starts nitpicking everything he does, and then every time I visit my brother, and he's like, you know what, I don't like the way Will parents his kids, or I don't like that, I don't like that he comes home before you and food's not cooked, or the house isn't clean, or something like that. Or opinions where I've personally gotten where people did not like that I was a stay-at-home mom. Well, that worked for us. We had twins. Daycare for twins is expensive. You're not going to get a little twin discount. You're paying for 2 kids. So it worked for us, for me to stay home, because I could have gotten the job, but I wouldn't have been bringing enough home, and then I would have been missing a lot of their life. It wasn't worth it to me. So
not only that, like in our personal situation, like I was, when the boys were born, I was gone.
Yeah, a lot. So then we would have been paying a lot. It made
sense for her to be at home. So
either way, what matters is it's your opinion doesn't matter. Our opinion of the situation did. So if that's what worked for us, and that's what works for us. There are families that are super traditional. The wife stays home, they cook, they clean. No matter what. The husband goes to work. Even after the kids go to school, the wife stays home. We're more modern. I stayed home with my children when it served us best. But when they started going to school, I started working because that's what worked for us. And now that I work, he's got to help more with the household. And there are people that don't like that. They're like, you should have a hot meal when you come home. Okay, well, he comes home at 3 o'clock or 3:30. I come home at 5 or 6. How do you expect me to do that?
Come home during lunch, make my meal, and then just put it on a low setting. Yeah.
Let it burn. Yeah. So no, that's not what's going to happen. What works for us is that sometimes when he has less work to do, he's going to cook. Or if I have less work to do, I'm going to cook. Or sometimes we're just like, you know what? Let's just get Taco Bell on the way home, because that's what's going to help us right now. We both had long, busy days. Yeah. We don't want to cook right now, so that's what we're going to get. So if that works for us, then you don't need to tell me, well, Jamie doesn't cook enough, or Will doesn't cook enough. He needs to be helping now that Jamie's working. I don't need to hear it, because we know what works for us. We already have our system down, and whatever doesn't work for us, you best believe we're telling each other. Mm-hmm. He knows what I don't like, and I know what he don't like, and those are things we're going to work on. We might still do them or whatever, but your opinion of it doesn't matter.
It's not helping nobody. It's not influencing
nothing. It does not matter. It's not going to make anything.
A lick of difference.
Yeah, it's not going to make a lick of difference, except it's going to create more mess.
Yeah.
So if you don't like Will and you're telling me every little thing that you don't like about him, I'm like, well, it's a good thing you didn't marry him, because He's not your husband. He's my husband. I chose him. So either I'm going to take your opinions of Will as an insult and I'm going to be mad at you, or I'm going to agree with you and I'm going to be mad at Will. And it's just going to leave someone mad and frustrated. And typically it's going to be the person that you're dumping all your opinions on, because now they have to deal with you not liking their spouse.
Yeah, it's like being stuck between a rock and a hard place, you know? Like, how do you deal with that situation?
Yeah, and now I'm sitting there trying to be like, well, you know, you don't know it. You don't know everything. I have to justify every little thing because you're creating these things in your head. You have no idea what's going on in that household the rest of the time. You only see what you see.
At that moment.
So yeah, like if he's off for 2 weeks, so he's the one doing most of the cooking and cleaning, well, that's because he's off and I'm still working 8 to 12 hours shifts or whatever hours, you know? So he's going to do more because he's home. Like,
home.
You know?
What am I doing?
Or if it's the other way around, if I'm the one sitting at home, then I'm doing more. You don't need to be like, well, he's not helping you and now you're working. That makes no sense. It's like, I'm home right now. He's not, you know.
Yeah, you're missing the whole pillow talk, you know, the night before where you're planning for the next day. You're missing all of that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not privy to that conversation.
System. There are people that don't like our system, and that is fine because you don't live here. You don't have to deal with our system on a regular basis. The only time I think you should actually say something, your opinion of something, is when you think there is a clear sign of abuse that person is missing.
Yes.
So, yes, you talk about that. Or, like, if my sister came at me and was like, I don't like Will, he was looking me up and down, I'm going to want to know
say something.
You know, say something.
Yeah.
But if it's just simply how we run our household or how we parent is a different perspective than yours, that's normal. We're going to have different ways of doing things, and you don't need to express your opinion at every moment, you know.
It's going to make us want to pull back and withdraw and not be around you anymore.
Exactly. And I'm like, so what really, honestly, before you tell someone your opinion, you need to ask yourself, what purpose does this serve? Is it going to serve a purpose?
Well, not only that.
If it's a serious matter, tell your opinion. But if it's just, she puts her kid in timeout and doesn't spank him, he needs a spanking, and you want to tell your opinion, that's not your opinion. Like, well, it's your opinion. Your opinion's not needed.
Your call.
Yeah, it's not your call. That's what I'm trying to say. So it makes no sense to me why family does that, because you're bringing down their spouse. Why are you going to bring down your family's spouse or partner and create a mess between them, or create a mess between you and now your family? And then you're going to wonder why we don't ever talk no more, or you don't, call me. And it's like, well, because I don't want to know what you got to say.
I don't want to deal with the negativity is essentially what they're dealing with.
Yeah. So, if I have someone in my family, and I'm sure I do, but if I had someone in my family that's like, I don't like Will because of the way he says things, I just don't like just the way he talks, something about it bothers me. Okay, well, it's a good thing then that you're not married to him, because I don't mind it. I chose him, so obviously I'm okay with the way he talks. And if I'm not, I'm gonna say something to him.
What you gonna say?
I'm telling you to shut the hell up. No. But, you know what I mean? So it's like, unless your opinion actually serves a purpose, you're telling them your opinion because you think there's a sign of emotional abuse that they are just not getting.
Yeah.
Or you think that he is disrespectful to your family and they don't see it. So, like, say he comes to my family and he disrespects them, but he does it to me, so I think it's a joke. Well, maybe it is disrespect. So maybe you should be like, look, you need to figure out there's a line. Just because you take it don't mean I have to take it. So if he's exhibiting behavior to my family that they don't like, and he's doing something to them. But if it's just simply how we run our household, or, like he doesn't do the dishes. Why doesn't he do the dishes? You work. Or me, you don't do the laundry. Why don't you do the laundry? You're the woman. Okay. So,
I like the laundry.
Maybe we have our system down, and we do. He does the laundry way more than I do, because
I'm very particular about how I want it done.
He does. I folded his clothes, and he went and refolded them all. So I was like, I ain't folding your clothes no more, dude. Like, why am I going to waste my time? I did that. I spent an hour doing your clothes, and you just went and refolded them all. So, but then there are things that I like to clean more. I'll clean our cars way before he ever will.
Oh, yes.
Because that's important to me. I don't like my car messy. I don't like his car messy. Messy. So, well, I don't like it. So I'm going to clean it before he does. There are certain things that we do. And parenting, he might be more
authoritative and aggressive.
Yeah, he's stern. And, he's that, like, if he gives them a look, the boys know I need to stop. I'm more soft, and I'll talk to them like, well, I don't know why you did that. You know, you need to stop. But, you know, that's just also with how I work. You know, I can't, at my work, I can't spank kids, put them in timeout and stuff. So I have learned different ways that work. So just because our ways are different doesn't mean we don't have a system together. Sometimes we need it. I might be a little more soft, and he might be a little more stern, but in between, it's balance, and it works for us. So if you don't like what we're doing, keep your opinions to yourself. That's the main gist of
what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
So the long and short of it is, keep your opinion to yourself unless it's
detrimental for that person.
Yeah.
Like if it's a sign of abuse, or, you know, you really are thinking something's going on, raise the concern. But if it's just simply, you know, I don't like that you put your kid in timeout, or I don't like that.
Who cares? You're not that child's parent.
Yeah.
You have nothing to do with this household. You're not paying none of these bills.
Yeah. And, you know, you don't live here. So what's your problem? Like, you're just here visiting. You're a guest. So be a guest and enjoy your time. And then when you leave, go talk about it to someone else, because it's not going to serve any purpose with us. It's going to make me mad at you, or him mad at you, and then, or us mad at each other, which then you're
causing problems
in a marriage. What's the point? You know, like, that's how I feel about it.
Bye.